Pieces were fun for me and not too serious, and they reminded me of one of my favorite children's books that I go back to and refer to. While they're not supposed to be too serious children's books, The Velveteen Rabbit for me is. It's all about love and giving things love and knowing that they get worn out with love, just like we do as people. If you love things too much, they get worn at the ears, hair begins to become matted down, and it's not too hard to love something too much. When I walk through these pieces with you, I'll tell you what they're made of. That fish is made of a hand-carved fish that I found in a shop, and I'm sure whoever's grandpa made this fish and spent hours and hours creating it would have never believed that it has a new history now. It's been hand-painted and created a new form. The long, tall piece right here is a candlestick, an old candlestick, and then I added other pieces to it. The first thing that men who see this minnow, they call it, oh, it's a pikey minnow or something like that. They immediately recognize it and they go to it. They recognize nothing else in the work, but they recognize that pikey minnow. You'll notice that I put lots of gears on it, multiple colors, but the gears and the keys and the other miscellaneous things that you see on it represent how we, as a culture, are tying things down. How our natural things like fish get caught up and we put keys around them and strings around them, and they're no longer as free as they used to be. You'll see a lot of gears in the work. We're putting mechanical things on our natural environment. This is an old church pedestal that I collected a lot of them. So they repainted them. Gives them a new history. Churches are changing their environment, but they make nice new pedestals for the artwork. The three-dimensional birds that I've added to the work are the same thing. As I mentioned to you, birds have always been a passionate thing of mine. I just got general forms. These birds have underneath them, the form that I built around are the tin birds that you see in garden shops that they try to encourage you to buy the tin forms, the aluminum forms that are quickly soldered together. They're paper mache together, and I got feathers, added the feathers to them, built up the forms with paper, painted them, mounted them. Again, you see the gears, my emphasis of the natural and the mechanical in my work. This one just is painted, my natural mark making. And in my two-dimensional pieces, I painted a couple wools last year. And this piece over here is of tugboats, putting buoys around oil spills in our waters. And again, you can see my favorite, the birds, always the birds. Natural scenes of gardens and meadows blowing in the wind. My cowboy's in this piece because I always talk about how we do have to have rules and regulations because we are so many people and so many people break rules, and it's not good for anything, not our environment, not our culture, anything. So somewhere along the line, for those who decide that they can do that, we need to be regulated, unfortunately. She's a mannequin I found in my treasure hunting. She took me forever. I had an idea. The idea I had didn't turn out, and she kept on changing, forever, ever changing. But she's a dress mannequin underneath. She had movable arms, which really made her exciting. But she has a bird on top to help free her. She has really wonderful found goggles. Her arms moved, which made her a treasure. She has handmade lace, doilies, I imagine someone's grandma made. She has a painting that I cut up. That's a tunic for her. Again, she has birds. Her arms are covered with paper and repainted. She has a nest in one hand. A bird came back to the nest to check on her eggs, and she found only gears in her nest. Found berries that she left there for her babies that are no longer there or different than what she expected. Again, a hand-woven painting that I cut up, sticks that I found in the woods, old wood clogs that someone got rid of, and gears again. Rosie. This is Rosie. Bird protecting her, feathers in her shoulder. An autumn environment painting. I feel that dress mannequins, old, new, plastic, whatever, are a treasure to find. This was an old one, and I found the wings in a garden shop. They were perfect. I loved the dress form. I found it right away. It was very old. And when I saw the wings in the garden shop, they were perfect. The wings, there were trellises for green things to grow up on. I had someone weld them into the regular armature of the dress form. The cage-like form made a perfect cage for entrapping birds, which is a no-no in my book. Again, gears. And I've been collecting these little chests. I just love them. The original idea I had was to put old lace napkins or hankies and things that women used a long time ago. And you remember when women used to put lace around a piece of cotton cloth and carry hankies around. We don't do that anymore, but it made a perfect statement. Dress form is made out of paper. The one over that Rosie has is plastic. Again, a grassy meadow with birds. The armature on this piece is a tin bird that I found in the garden. I added feathers. It's mounted on a candlestick with a wood platform. And I imagine this is a pedestal again from a church. This is I think if I remember correctly, this is a puppet from Russia that I found, and it didn't have any legs. So I added legs to it. You can see the bird shape from this angle. Colorful feathers. I don't know where these keys came from, but man, they were fine. They're just beautiful. And again, gears. The combination of wonderful artifacts, things from the past, things from the present. This piece is called Migration Trails. We all make migration trails. I had the idea when we were off in northern Canada and caribou were migrating. And this is what happened when I came across caribou migrating. Again, the mixture of the natural and the man-made. and what we're doing, how we're changing our environments. A lot of people in our environment. And now some of my two-dimensional pieces are changing. I'm cutting them up like the tunic in Rosie, three-dimensional piece, and weaving them, showing how our environments and our culture are all becoming interwoven. And I'm adding some of my found pieces. The dilemma for me in this work is the watch. Did I put it face forward and show how we're becoming entrenched with time, and how natural things like the feathers of a bird, that feather reminds me of Forrest Gump in the piece of paper, or was it a feather in the opening scene of Forrest Gump? But do you show the gear or do you show time? And the bird, and the mixture of our cross environments. I didn't know what would happen to these pieces as I was cutting them up, but two of them have gotten into national shows, so I guess they're being accepted. We don't have these natural landscapes anymore. We have cross sections of things. And that is my show at the Campanile and my new three-dimensional works. And I'm continuing to work with birds and how they're fitting in our environment. And it's very, very exciting. I hope you get a chance to come and see it.